George Floyd's brother speaking out a short time ago on the violence marring so many protests, saying it is not something George would have wanted to see. Let's bring in British rapper Zuby. He's also an author, podcaster, and fitness coach, and somebody that I've admired for a long time. Earlier today, I saw on Twitter that, Zuby, someone said you are a wise soul and a voice of reason, and they asked how old you were, and you said 33 going on 65. So I know you've given all of this a lot of considered thought, and you have a lot of fans and a lot of friends here in America, and I thought I would have you share that with our viewers today.
Thank you, Dana. I appreciate the invitation. Yeah, so, I mean, wow, where do I even start with this? I think to start, we need to go back to the original incident that happened. I want to say rest in peace to George Floyd, and my condolences go out to all of his friends and family. I thought that the incident was totally out of order. I thought that it was an awful thing to watch. I think anyone who saw that video with their own eyes, it's very clear what happened there. And it's hard to deny anything to do with that. So I think that, you know, one shame of a lot of the reaction and a lot of the madness that seems to be going on right now in the aftermath is that so much of it has sort of distracted from the original incident, which I think is quite sad.
Mm-hmm. One of the things that you've pointed out as well is that there's so much peace and love in the world, but yet we can end up seeing terrible acts of injustice and also this, you know, the rioting and the looting. What is your message for people today that look up to you and what would love to know what you would recommend to them?
Wow. I think the first thing is that to recognize that most people are good. Most people are decent. I've been to America many times. Most people, human beings in general, are decent. And so we need to make sure that on any side, people don't fall into this trap of seeing one bad incident or even multiple bad incidents and using that to tarnish or paint an entire group, whether that's along racial lines, whether that is police as a whole. You know, there are hundreds of thousands of police officers, whatever it is, you know, not to let a single incidents tarnish our view of humanity. And I think that is really important. Further on, I think it's important to bring the temperature down. I'm seeing a lot of people online and even some reckless people in the media who seem to be really enjoying stoking the fire and stirring the pot and increasing the tension, increasing the division. It's like on one hand, people are complaining about people being divided, but then they're playing totally into the division as well. And I think people need to step away from that and think rationally and think calmly and remember ultimately, I mean, I'm here in the UK, I'm over the water, but, you know, remember that these are all Americans. You're all Americans. You're all the same country. So regardless if people are, you know, black, white, brown, whether they vote red or vote blue or neither, this is the time people need to come together.